Welcome to Junk Journal Snacks. As you can see, we are starting a bit differently for this episode. So I was asked by some of my viewers to show you more about Vienna, Austria, which is where I live. So we are starting here at the Vienna Naschmarkt, literally translated as snacks market. This is our biggest and best known market with around 120 stands and restaurants from all over the world, and it's a meeting place for young and old. So you can see here we have many different spices from all around the world. We have nuts, we have dried fruits. You see the dates there. Everything is so yummy. Here we have some of the fresh fruit stands. And here we have beautiful Turkish sweets, all the different kinds of baklava. Oh my goodness, so yummy. This here is a stand that sells some fruity vinegars. So here we have some beautiful herbs and some more fruit. And right across from the Naschmarkt, we see the Secession building, which is an exhibition hall built in 1898 by Joseph Maria Olbrich as an architectural manifesto to the Vienna Secession. Now, the Vienna Secession is also known as the Union of Austrian Artists and is an art movement closely related to Art Nouveau that has formed in 1897 by a group of Austrian painters, graphic artists, sculptors, and architects, including also Gustav Klim, who is the Austrian painter who inspired today's journal page. And the motto of the secessionist movement is written above the entrance of the building: "To every age its art, to every art its freedom." And not far from there, we come to the Karlsplatz Stadtbahn station, which is a former station of the Viennese Stadtbahn or city railway. It's one of the best known examples of Jugendstil or Art Nouveau architecture. So this building was included in the Vienna Secession as it followed many of the artistic styles of that movement. Just look at all those gorgeous gold details. I love it. And when we look to our right, we will see the Karlskirche, or in English the St. Charles Church, which is a Baroque church and is widely considered the most outstanding Baroque church in Vienna, as well as one of the city's greatest buildings. I just love how diverse Vienna's architecture is. So Charles Church was built in the 18th century by Emperor Charles VI, and today it also hosts beautiful classical concerts throughout the year. And Vienna's youth has discovered the area in front of the church as a great hangout place in the warmer months. Usually they would sit around the edge of the water with some alcoholic drinks and music and enjoy the warm weather. And across from the Karlsplatz is the Vienna Musikverein, which is German for Viennese Music Association, which is a concert hall which is the home of the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra. So we are back at my desk and I'm going to create a page in Nadia's journal. As always, you can find Nadia's Instagram as well as my Junk Journal Snacks playlist linked in the description box. So I already have a couple of pages in this journal with trees, and on this page today I wanted to combine my love for trees and Art Nouveau art inspired by Gustav Klimt. So I'm going to create my mixed video version of Gustav Klimt's Tree of Life mural. And the most important step in this whole process is what I'm doing right now, which is adding clear gesso to the page before I do anything else. So the Tree of Life is an important symbol used by many theologies, philosophies, and mythologies. It signifies the connection between heaven and earth and the underworld. For Klimt's admirers, the mural also has another significance, being the only landscape created by the artist during his golden period. Klimt used oil painting techniques with gold paint to create luxurious art pieces during that time. The concept of the Tree of Life is illustrated by Gustav Klimt's painting in a bold and original manner. The swirling branches create mythical symbolism, suggesting the perpetuity of life. The branches twist, twirl, turn, spiral, and undulate, creating a tangle of strong branches, long vines, and fragile threads, an expression of life's complexity. With its branches reaching for the sky, the Tree of Life roots into the earth beneath, creating the connection between heaven and earth, a concept often used to explain the concept of the Tree of Life in many cultures, religions, and ideologies. The Tree of Life, illustrated by Klimt, also creates another connection with the underworld, signifying the final determinism governing over any living thing that is born, grows, and then returns back into the earth. While many talk about the symbol of unity in Gustav Klimt's The Tree of Life, there are others that consider it an expression of masculine and feminine. The feminine expressed in the painting symbolizes sustenance, care, and growth, while the masculine is expressed through the use of phallic representation. From this different union, life is born, and the Tree of Life as well. Others say that the painting symbolizes the union between man's greatest virtues, which are strength, wisdom, and beauty. The tree reaching for the sky is a symbol of man's perpetual yearning for becoming more, yet his roots are still bound to the earth. One of the important qualities of the Tree of Life is that it challenges the viewer to spend more time admiring the painting while gauging all its meaning. While the artist uses richness of symbols, gold for paint, and other luxurious techniques to illustrate a magical world, the presence of a single black bird draws the viewer towards the central part of the painting. The black bird is a reminder that everything that has a beginning also has an end, as blackbirds have been used as a symbol of death by many cultures. You might notice that so far I have stayed very close to Klimt's original painting. I colored the background with water-soluble wax pastels in 3 different shades, onto which I first sketched the Tree of Life, and now I'm painting the branches and swirls with gold watercolor paint. Blending the background easily was only possible because of the clear gesso I added in the first step, and this also makes the applied colors more vibrant. Next, I'm using a green gold to paint the ground on which the tree is standing. And instead of adding colorful designs onto the ground, like in Klimt's version, I'm choosing paper scraps for the base of my tree. In my next step, I'm going to add thinned down white gesso to make it look like there is light behind the tree, and this also helps the gold stand out a bit more. I'm really happy how well this worked out, and it's also because of the transparent gesso I used as a base. Klimt uses fun, colorful shapes in his paintings, and among other colors, he added black blobs filled with white to the branches, so I wanted to do that as well. After the black acrylic paint was dry, I decided to add the white with a thin white Posca paint marker, which unfortunately soon stopped working. So I took out the bigger gun and chose a much bigger marker, which worked a lot better. Actually, such a huge blob of white paint came out that I used that blob to fill out the rest. I wanted to add more fun elements to the tree, so I considered using these gold-colored embellishments and laid them on the tree to see how they would look. The other option was to use these small metal gears, which goes with the urban nature theme I keep coming back to, and I decided to go for those also because they created more contrast since they were darker. Remember when I told you Klimt used the black bird in his tree, symbolizing a reminder that everything that has a beginning also has an end? Well, for my tree, I'm using the dragonfly, which in almost every part of the world symbolizes change, transformation, adaptability, and self-realization, which is also part of the reason why my channel name is 49 Dragonflies. Then I decided to add some more gold stenciling to the ground to break up the solid green color. And lastly, I used my clear gesso again to add the stamped words Tree of Life to my page. So this is my final result. I'm super happy with this page and I hope that you feel inspired as well. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.